Hello and welcome to NRG This Week. My name is Leon Thomas. I'm the co-host of NRG This Week. We're going to be joined by Mike Weiner and Thomas Cave. We'll be back to start NRG This Week in 30 seconds. Here we go. Welcome again to NRG This Week. I'm Leon Thomas. This show, NRG This Week, is produced by the Leon Thomas Group. To learn more about us and maybe even talk to us about having your own show, go to theleonthomasgroup.com. Theleonthomasgroup.com. Here we are, NRG This Week. Let's bring in our co-host, founder and CEO of NRG Network Referral Group, Mike Weiner. Mike, how you doing?
Morning. How are you today?
Everything is just tremendously groovy. It's great to have you with us again, and looking forward to another great show. Mike, tell us some hot things that are going on with NRG. Go ahead.
Summer is heating up, Leon, as we move towards July. We've got our third NRG group in California starting today at 4 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be our LA group. Got Sacramento in the wings. That's going to be coming. And we're getting Canada really relaunched here, 7 p.m. Eastern tonight, Leon. So we got a lot of stuff going on as we move into summer with two brand new groups. Really pumped about that.
That's good to hear. A lot of good things happening with NRG. And folks, if you want to learn more about Network Referral Group, go to nrg.online. Mike, we have a guest today. Go ahead and tell us about today's guest on NRG This Week.
We do, Leon. Thank you so much. Tom Cave and I have been friends for a little bit over 20 years. We met. He came out to NRG, was a member for quite a while, and he came back recently in NRG again. He's a great guy. He's out of Maryland, and he's got a cutting edge technology that he's going to talk about today. But really, really excited, Leon, to have Tom Cave, not only a NRG member, but also he's become a real good friend of mine.
All right, let's bring Tom on. Thomas. Thomas, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Excellent.
All right, good. Glad to hear it. So the name of your company is Impact Health Sharing. Go ahead. Tell us about Impact Health Sharing.
Sure. So Impact Health Sharing is not a new concept, but we put a new twist on it. Traditional health sharing businesses actually take care of organizations such as churches and synagogues, religious organizations. We are actually an ethics-based health sharing group, and that means that we simply bring the cost down of traditional healthcare so that people can afford it more readily in small businesses and families alike.
So tell me how it works. I mean, you say you're ethics-based. You say that it brings the cost down, but give me some examples. Boil it down to me, and then I'll let you and Mike talk for a little bit.
Great. So traditional healthcare is obviously a for-profit company, and at the end of the year, anything that's not spent on medical expenses, they actually keep for profit margins, which is understandable. That's what they're there for. We are actually here to take care of the individuals, the small businesses, and we simply cut the profit margin out of that. So at the end of the year, last year, we actually gave back quite a bit of money to our people in November and December, almost 30%.
Okay. Mike, go ahead. You and Thomas have a real quick conversation. I'll step out. You guys go ahead and chat a bit. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. So, Thomas, you've been with me different phases, different companies, and so forth. What do you think it is right now? Healthcare is a really hot item, in the news. What do you think it is right now that's helping you really bring this to NRG and to all our members and so forth? What's the real big benefit you think?
Sure. Well, obviously, everybody needs health care, and they need to, cover those doctors and nurses that, help them out on a monthly basis or, a yearly basis, however often they go to the doctor. But we actually simply reduce the cost because we are a nonprofit. I am just part of the marketing arm of that nonprofit. And what we do is we simply reduce those numbers by paying the bills immediately and in cash rather than waiting 3 or 4 months to pay the doctors and making, interest on the premiums. We pay them right away. So it brings the cost basis down quite a bit. And we pass those cost savings on to the individual or the small business.
Average size business that you're working with is what, anywhere from 3 to 50 employees? Is that a pretty good fix on that?
Anywhere from a sole proprietor all the way up to 49 employees.
Okay.
We can help
You're
any of those.
located. I know you're in Maryland. You're not real far from Frederick. Can you do business nationwide? Are you nationwide?
There's a handful of states that we don't do business in. For instance, Washington and New Jersey are two of them, but it's only a handful. But other than that, we're actually in multiple countries now.
I wanted to give you a compliment. You were at one of the meetings the other day. You came up to New York City, and I know you texted me afterwards. You're like, "What a great meeting!" But what always has impressed me about you, because I've worked with thousands of members over the last literally 23 and a half years. At the end of this month, it's 23 and a
Wow.
half. You were giving out names within the first few minutes. What is it about you that makes you such a great server? Because I've always admired you. We've developed a really unique friendship, but you've got that special. And what I noticed was when you did that, then the people even worked harder to help you out. And I know you noticed that, but what is it about Tom Cave that makes you want to go out and help other business owners?
Well, I've always been a small business owner since I was 19 years old. So I've owned multiple businesses and, had the struggles, the ups and the downs, just like any other business. I've had, great years and horrible years and everywhere in between. And so I understand the struggle of a small business, and, I'm here to, help those small businesses save a little bit of money or make money depending on, which industry I was in. And, I always felt like, I like to talk to people. That's pretty obvious. I like to talk to people. So I make a lot of contacts, and I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. I'll walk up to anybody and shake their hand and talk to them about whatever they want. So it makes it a little easier, to give out contacts when you literally. And I remember you making fun of me for this, but I remember having gallon Ziploc bags full of business cards because I just had so many. And I'd have to keep them in sections so I could pass them out as referrals to people. So I like talking to people. I enjoy being around different people and different cultures, and simply trying to help people out with their business.
Helping people definitely comes out. The other thing I was going to ask you real quick, and then I'll turn it back to Leon. You were on Law of Attraction with me Saturday with Raphael. I don't think you've seen him in like 10 years. What would be one thing that you got out of Law of Attraction that you'd like to share with the public? Because I've been a student of it for 6 years. It's really a part of how I've manifested NRG. But what would be one thing that you picked up from Law of Attraction Saturday?
He talked about a lot about loving yourself in order to love others. And I think that goes with almost anything. You have to be comfortable with yourself in order to be comfortable with others. I see a lot of people come into networking organizations, and they're not comfortable around other people. So it's very difficult to make business connections if you're not comfortable with other people. I think you have to kind of relax and go, look, this is just another person that owns a business just like me. It doesn't make a difference in their first day of their business or if they're worth $30 million. It really doesn't make any difference. It's another person who owns a business just like me. And that's where we connect. And from there, you can expand your business, to growth potential. But if you don't have that comfortability and you're not relaxed around that person, and you don't feel comfortable around other people, you're never going to make your business grow.
Thomas, let me ask you this. Before the show started, you told me you've known Mike like over 20 years or so. So then obviously you've been connected with NRG Network Referral Group. Tell me about a win. Tell me about a win that you could tell others that you need to belong to NRG because? Tell us about a business win that you've had as a result of being a part of NRG.
There's a lot of little wins. I honestly don't think you can whittle it down to I had one big moment where I got that one big break with somebody. NRG is about connecting on a weekly connections every single week and building a relationship. It's like dating and engagement and marriage. You start out by an introduction and you get introduced to a new person and you find common ground and whether it's on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis, however often you're able to come in. And then you build a relationship with that person. It's like building any other friendship. You find a common ground with the individual, and those individuals will refer you to new business. They're going to become your friends, their colleagues, et cetera, and you treat them the way you want to be treated. If you want people to give you referrals to new business, you give them referrals to new business. And you find that common ground and you build on that from day one. If you don't find that common ground and you're in it for yourself and you're just in it to get referrals for you're never going to make a connection with anybody, and you're never really going to make any big leaps and any big strides forwards. You really have to build that relationship with those individuals. You've only got an hour each week with NRG in your particular group, but you build referral bases, you build a warm market, you build a connection with those people. And every single week they're going to think of you because they're going to have a connection with you. If they don't have a connection with you, they're not going to give you business. They're not going to trust you. They're not going to refer you to people that they know if they don't trust who you are. So you have to build that common ground, and you have to be real about it. You have to keep a common ground with those people and build that relationship up from day one.
All right. Now, Thomas,
it's a matter of small wins.
Okay. I like it. Now, for Impact Health Sharing, if someone wants to get in touch with you, learn more about it, talk to you about how you could help their business, tell us, how do they get in touch with you?
It's real simple. I'm not going to make it complicated. Just give me a call at my phone number, 443-226-0684. Again, that number is 443-226-0684. And I would be honored to give you a quote, help you through it. It only takes about 2 minutes, and answer any questions you might have for me.
All right. Great. Thank you. Thanks for being on the show. But don't disappear, Thomas. We're going to talk to you some after the show, too. Mike, tell me this. What's happening good at NRG this week or next week? Give us a teaser of some really cool things that are happening at NRG next couple of weeks.
You know what? We've got another NRG experience, Leon. We keep rotating it around. It is a forum for new people, and it's gaining momentum. We had Zig Ziglar's son on there last week, Tom Ziglar, and we're in conversations now. But that's Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Next week's going to be a little bit of a short week with July 4th coming up. But you know what? There's just a lot of new members coming in, a lot of excitement. We had a speaker a week ago with LinkedIn, and we have another one, Maribel Rodriguez. I'll talk about more next week. She's going to be going over marketing. But, we're halfway through the year, Leon. This is kind of a pivotal point. Second quarter is over, June 30th. We're almost there. So, we're having a lot of fun growing and just, like Tom has talked about, developing relationships. And that's really a big key to NRG.
All right. And folks, if you want to learn more about Network Referral Group, go to nrg.online. Thanks for watching NRG this week. I'm Leon Thomas. If you'd like to have your show, you want to talk to us about anything virtual, go to my website. That's theleonthomasgroup.com. Thanks for watching This Week with NRG. Here we go.